Baseball Administration, excuse me, Director of Baseball Administration. She deals with a lot of very interesting aspects of the Phillies. Really important stuff. Everything's important to the Phillies, from working in the concessions to PR to accounting. She works with some really nuts and bolts stuff. Here's some of the things she has direct responsibility for. Major and minor league players' paychecks, contracts, insurance issues, bonuses, all kinds of different important things with the Phillies. She works with our general manager, Pat Gillick, as well as Ruben Amaro Jr., our minor league department. She wears a lot of hats and is a big part of our organization. As I mentioned, she's been here a long time. Currently resides in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Please welcome Director of Baseball Administration, Susan Ingersoll. You see by her garb, she's one of our ball girls. You probably, I know you've all been to Phillies games, probably hard to guess, but I know you all come to Phillies games, so you've probably seen her work in a California girl, definitely a UCLA product. The Phillies wives have been extremely active in the community over the years. Each year we get lucky enough to have people carry the torch. The new breed comes in, the new number of wives come in. She's one of them. She's carried the torch. She's quickly taken on a leadership role with the Phillies amongst our wives. She's very compassionate about her cause. That's the Pennsylvania SPCA, working with pets. Very compassionate about that. She helped us organize our first charity event at the ballpark last year, which was one of the favorite events we've ever done here. It's called Save a Pet at the Park last year. We had pets that got adopted, and we also raised $33,000 for the SPCA through the fundraising efforts of the wives and through her leadership. She has a pretty famous husband, by the way. They met at UCLA. There's an interesting story about how they met, and I'll let her tell you that. Hopefully it's true. But it's an interesting, they were in the same class together, but we'll get to that later. But anyway, please welcome Ms. Jen Utley.
And in 1980, I came on board full-time. And since then, I've been in the baseball department and have worked there. Started out as a gopher. Basically, they needed a gopher. I was tired of what I was doing at the University of Pennsylvania at the time. I needed a change. Figured I'd give it a couple years. That was, I'm in my 29th season as a full-time employee.
UCLA together. There's a famous person, a person who's famous in Philadelphia that was involved with you guys meeting. Tell us a story about how you and Chase met.
I feel like this story has been told a million times. But famous person that introduced us was Freddie Mitchell, who I think gets mixed reviews around here. I'm not sure. We came after he left. So we had a class together at UCLA, and Chase asked if anyone knew who I was when I walked in, and Freddie said, "Oh, I know her. She lived on my floor freshman year." And that's how we met. And it was Valentine's Day. Isn't that cheesy? But it is. It's so cheesy that I have to say it. But that's how we met, and I mean, Freddie gets way too much credit for it. That was it. It was just the introduction. But that was it. That's it.
Knowing Freddie, he probably gives himself credit. But at this time, I want to open it up to some
job. I do love it. It's 7 weeks. It's in the sun. But what I explain to people is the best part about the job, prior when we were at the vet, is I had a window at my office in Florida, and I didn't have to shovel. It's 7 days a week. We are at the ballpark. All baseball players are there. We're there. We're there 7 days a week. It is nothing to be in the office at 6 a.m. and I'm there until 6, 7 o'clock at night. So it's basically whatever has to get done. I'm the go-to. Go to, I don't know, ask Susan. Go ahead, ask Susan. She'll handle it, whatever it may be. Yeah, finding office space, because we multiply. We've built a new ballpark in Florida. I hope you've been there. If not, definitely get down there. It is awesome. It's finding office space for our coworkers who come down for 2 days, 4 days, 5 days. We've multiplied. It's, you know, boom.
I usually have a lot of my own time, which is great. I, as Jean had mentioned before, do a lot of work with the SPCA, and I do actually do a lot of the work there. So I'm at the shelter a lot. Other than that, it's kind of, we're moving into a new house right now, so it's kind of become my project, where it was our project, now it's my project. So it's a lot of errands and kind of, you know, for lack of a better word, it's keeping it, our house and our life together, and kind of getting friends that come in town and keeping in touch with family and remembering this, remembering that. So it's busy. When he's gone, I have my own way more time on my own to do what I feel like doing. And then sometimes I do travel. I'm a little selective on my cities, but I like New York, LA, San Francisco.
Yeah, okay.
really heard that one. She's got the ring on her finger. Yeah.
No, it's actually, I mean, it is what it is, you know? It's, you can't get too jealous. I mean, I'm 30 and all these girls are like, I love him, and they're 11, so. It stays in perspective. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, hey, I'd rather them love him than hate him, so it works.
My 5-year-old granddaughter says he's dreamy. Mama, dreamy soccer. Dreamy soccer.
Got into UCLA as a dance major, and then I switched and graduated double in history and dance. And Chase didn't graduate. He's very smart, don't but most guys get drafted their junior year. So, but before that, he was a sociology major. I joined the SPCA last year. When I first moved to Philadelphia, there were a lot of wives that were a little bit older than I was that now are not with the team anymore, but they were very heavily involved in charity. And so I was lucky enough to meet them originally and kind of get under their wing and sort of see the city and what charitable organizations there were. For me, I was looking for a no-kill shelter that just sort of upheld a lot of the ideals and was going in the direction that I thought that I agreed with and that I wanted it to. And I now am actually on the board of directors for the SPCA, and I have to say that it's a wonderful, wonderful organization. They're doing so many great things for the city and for the animals in the city. And I'm just really thrilled to be a part of it. I think it's wonderful how well it's been received. The Phillies are a huge, huge organization to thank for that as well, for backing us and also really kind of making a day of it on their own. So anyway, but yeah, I love it. You can all go there, volunteer.
Casino night, what is it?
Yeah, it's a casino night.
It's a casino night.
It's art gallery, not
Art gallery. Fuel, art gallery. The event is sold out, by the way, but it's an art gallery, and just an example of what they do for our community, which is terrific. Another question? Right here.
I wanted to ask Jen.
Pit bulls are, they're a very controversial breed of dog, and if you really study it, a lot of it is for the wrong reasons. They also can be the most loving dogs and wonderful dogs. If any of you, obviously the Michael Vick case was enormous. Out of the 51 dogs out of his place, only one had to be put down, and the majority are now working with disabled children and working with elderly people in retirement homes. So it's, you know, it is what it is. If you're an awful dog owner, it's going to get aggressive. It's defending itself. And if you're not and you're kind, then fine. But they do get a bad rap. But there's also, they're used for dog fighting. And so when we do a lot of those breakups, those are the dogs primarily that are there. But the SPCA, I do have to say, because it's a new program, they have now instilled a 6-month rehabilitation program for every pit bull. And then they determine whether or not it's too aggressive or can be adoptable. So they get a chance.